Taylor Swift's team allegedly told Megan Thee Stallion not to date Travis Kelce.
The Taylor Swift drama isn't just about music and million-flower weddings anymore. First up, a viral TikTok claims Swift might have casually told Megan Thee Stallion to back off Travis Kelce. Swift-level subtlety, of course. And then wedding bells are officially on the horizon for Taylor and Travis, with insiders spilling all the floral and fanfare details.
I can say nothing.
That means it's happening.
I've signed so many NDAs.
Next, Swift is flexing her economic power in a new book, showing how her fandom literally moves markets. And finally, Tony Romo admits he stirred the pot live on air, calling Taylor Kelce's wife just to mess with fans.
You can throw something out and everyone looks into it so much. It's like, just a comment, just a joke.
A new TikTok has gone full viral with over 62,000 likes, claiming that Swift may have quietly played matchmaker, or more accurately, match blocker, when it comes to Travis Kelce and Megan Thee Stallion. The two stars crossed paths on set, Travis rocking his gladiator vibes, Megan as an empress, and the chemistry was apparently enough to make fans' hearts skip a beat.
Are you ready?
Silence! Open the gates!
But according to the clip, once Taylor's crew caught wind of this little Pepsi-powered rendezvous, someone gave Megan the friendly but firm back-off memo. No drama, just subtle Swift-level intervention. Now let's rewind a bit. This isn't the first time Kelce's name has popped up alongside high-profile ladies. Rumor mill aficionados will recall whispers about him trying to make a move on Megan at the 2023 CMT Awards, only for her to politely sidestep with what one source described as a perfectly neutral nod, basically thanks but no thanks energy. The new TikTok just matched that old gossip with fresh speculation, and of course the internet ate it up.
Taylor Swift's team allegedly told Megan Thee Stallion not to date Travis Kelce. Travis and Megan almost dated before he went out with Taylor Swift, and apparently Taylor's team found out about it and shut that down before it could even start. And she made sure that she was the one that Travis was dating.
Reddit sleuths even dug through throwback pics, comparing Kelce with various past flings, which only fueled the will they won't they debates. Here's the kicker. Nobody's confirmed any of this, and chances are they never will. But fans are loving the drama anyway, partly because it fits the classic pattern. Travis meets someone cool, social media freaks out, Taylor Swift quietly flexes her influence, and a TikTok goes viral. Add a Gladiator Pepsi ad into the mix, sprinkle in some subtle romantic tension, and boom, you've got the kind of story that keeps scrolling feeds buzzing for days. Speaking of Travis, it looks like all that off-screen drama and TikTok-fueled gossip were just the appetizer, because now the main course has officially landed. Wedding bells are ringing for Taylor and Travis. The Chiefs' offseason has been less about crunching plays and more about crunching flower budgets and seating charts, as Kelce dives headfirst into wedding planning with his future wife. Since getting engaged back in August 2025, Taylor has been juggling her usual chaos, dropping her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, in early October, while simultaneously plotting what might just be the floral event of the century. And when we say floral event, we mean an obscene amount of flowers. Think somewhere between 100,000 and a mind-blowing 1 million blooms. One source even hinted that Taylor could easily drop $1 million on flowers alone. That's not just a wedding, it's a botanical takeover. This floral frenzy will require a small army to pull off. Imagine a production team so massive it could double as a marching band, except instead of instruments, they're armed with roses, lilies, and probably a few sunflowers just for drama.
Who invited you to her wedding?
I can say nothing.
That means it's happening.
I've signed so many NDAs.
Is next year the wedding year? Is that when it's happening?
Oh, you'll know. Just meaning that I was going to invite you to it.
If you're inviting me, it's very big.
It's huge.
Rumor has it the big day is penciled in for June 13th in Rhode Island, where Swift has a swanky home, giving her the perfect backdrop for what insiders are calling a castle made of petals. Honestly, between Travis's gladiator physique and Taylor's showgirl empire, it's shaping up to be a rom-com meets Game of Thrones scenario. Meanwhile, Taylor hasn't slowed down musically. The Life of a Showgirl has been raking in the accolades and topping charts, with sources claiming the album is basically her emotional empire built from every brick life threw at her. The tracks are packed with sharp storytelling, heartbreak, triumph, and apparently some life advice from her future hubby too. Because if you thought Travis didn't have a homework assignment from Taylor, think again. Rolling Stone insiders called it a sonic journey, where failure apparently brings freedom, which might explain why she's not just throwing a wedding but staging a full-blown empire in Rhode Island. And the numbers don't lie. Taylor's been dominating the RIAA certifications, topping year-end rosters, and even making history as the first female artist to surpass 100 million certified album units across her catalog. Basically, she's crushing it both in the studio and now in the wedding planning department, proving she can multitask like nobody's business. While Travis handles the touchdown celebrations, Taylor is orchestrating a million-flower masterpiece, and somewhere in between, they're both managing to keep their love story front and center without missing a beat. Add in the fact that Swift's team is known for their ultra-meticulous attention to detail, and you've got a wedding that's probably going to be as strategically planned as one of Kelce's game-winning drives. While Travis is busy running routes on the field and Taylor is orchestrating million-flower weddings, there's another kind of empire being built around Swift, this time in the world of economics. Over in Kansas, a professor dropped a new book called Swiftonomics, and insiders are calling it a deep dive into how Taylor embodies female economic power, not just for herself, but through the army of fans who make her world spin. Apparently, it's less about Taylor being a cash-generating machine and more about how she's unlocked the spending and influence power of women everywhere, turning fans into a collective economic force. If you thought merch lines and concert tickets were just fun, think again. Taylor's basically running a small nation through sheer fandom energy. The author behind all this, an economics professor at the University of Kansas, has been obsessed with tracking the value of care work and unpaid labor, so she knows a thing or two about invisible productivity. She even built a dashboard called the Care Board to show how much society leans on unpaid caretakers, inspired by her own life juggling a PhD, Census Bureau work, and parenting.
By creating the first national data infrastructure of real-time caregiver-centered labor market insights, by pairing a large-scale longitudinal survey of more than 10,000 women with monthly caregiver-centered labor market indicators published through the Care Board, we will transform fragmented data into a sustained public reporting model.
Basically, she's saying, the stuff women do that doesn't get a paycheck, it moves economies, it just doesn't make it onto the official stats. And Swift, with her razor-sharp instincts and savvy audience connection, is like a real-world, glitter-studded demonstration of that principle. Taylor has been playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Her Eras Tour was mapped out around her lifestyle. Weekend shows, weekdays at home, a power move that most artists never get to pull off. And her albums? They're packed with storytelling that's personal enough to be authentic, but universal enough that every fan can slot themselves into the narrative. One track even flips a personal mentor story into a self-empowerment anthem, turning the father figure into her own dominant narrative. That's economic and social influence in song form. The book also sparks some debate in the econ world because, well, it leads with a blonde pop star in sparkly boots, not exactly the traditional feminist econ playbook. But the author argues this is precisely the point. You can't ignore the way women like Swift wield influence, both culturally and financially. Fans, largely women, make her a powerhouse without her touching a spreadsheet. And beyond just concerts and albums, the ripple effect of her choices, like what merch drops, how tours are structured, or even the messaging in her songs, creates measurable economic waves that most traditional models overlook. Misty, the professor, is essentially saying, let's recalibrate how we see economic power, factoring in both visibility and invisibility.
After the Eras Tour, I think it was over 10 million people who actually attended the Eras Tour and saw her in concert, over $2 billion in earnings from the tour. And, it was just such a delight for so many people to see her out there and perform. And if you watch the docuseries, which I woke up at 2 a.m. to watch it.
Taylor might be hyper-visible, constantly in the spotlight, while countless women are doing invisible work every day, balancing jobs, caregiving, and life's chaos without recognition. Swift's fandom and strategic career moves show how powerful this kind of influence can be when recognized and leveraged. The long game, according to sources, is that the Care Board and ideas behind it could even reshape federal economic tracking, putting caregivers and undervalued work front and center in official stats. So while Taylor is hitting charts, planning weddings, and dropping albums, she's also inadvertently starring in a case study showing how women's labor, both visible and invisible, actually drives economies, proving that sometimes pop stardom and economic revolution go hand in hand, glitter boots and all. Speaking of Swift-sized empires and big moves, the Super Bowl world got its own pop culture plot twist thanks to none other than Tony Romo. Romo, the former Cowboys QB turned color commentator, has a bit of a mischievous streak. He actually admitted to stirring the pot on purpose during a big game a couple of years ago when Taylor Swift flew in from Tokyo just to cheer on Travis Kelce. Apparently, the guy thrives on fan chatter, and if he can nudge the internet into a frenzy with a single comment, he's all in. Case in point, during the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, Romo casually dropped a line calling Taylor Kelce's wife, even though they'd only been an item for a few months.
Kelce's wife, Taylor Swift in the audience, girlfriend.
I was joking.
He later confessed it was totally on purpose, just to make viewers do a double take and wonder if he had insider info. Classic Romo trolling 101.
You can throw something out and everyone looks into it so much. It's like, just a comment, just a joke.
Welcome to our life.
He loves walking that fine line between insight and chaos, teasing fans without ever officially confirming anything. Romo even admitted that it was tough to hold back on other Taylor-centric jokes, basically implying that the guy treats a Super Bowl broadcast like improv night, part commentary, part social experiment. And the crowd? They ate it up. Social media blew up. Reactions ranged from, wait, did he just say that? To full-on memes about Romo being the ultimate sports gossip ninja. It's like he realized if you can't beat the pop culture tsunami, you might as well surf it live on air. Even during the 2025 season, Romo's radio appearances kept this playful, slightly chaotic energy alive, always acknowledging that live commentary is messy. 3.5 hours on air, trying to keep viewers entertained while calling plays, reacting to the action, and sprinkling in just enough did he really just say that moments. He treats it like high-stakes improv. And alongside his partner in crime, Jim Nantz, Romo is back in the CBS booth for the 2026 season, locked in through 2030, which basically guarantees more moments of live sports mischief with a side of pop star drama.
Kelce's wife, Taylor Swift in the audience, girlfriend. Not yet. What?
That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.